Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fabled 42 channel. This is the Crypt Creatures game, which is our annual, now on Monday nights, spooky campaign, where there's a giant war, basically, and evil had won, and this is a few hundred years after that war, where everything's just a little darker than it once was. My name is Anne. You can find me here at Fabled 42 Mondays or Friday nights. Also, you can find my own channel, MZ Dusty, on Twitch to tune into the Search for Planet is Odd, which is my science fiction homebrew D&D 5e game. But yeah, that's me. Otherwise, Instagram is Dusty Wings Illustration. And yeah, Fancy, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I'm Silver, or here I'm Fancy. I'm always Fancy, but here I'm called Fancy. You can find me at Grey Wolf everywhere. I mostly do a lot of D&D, and I also kind of gallivant around New England. It's New England gallivanting time starting Thursday, so get ready for that content. But I'm very excited because soon we're going to have new people to add. But other than that, we'll go to Lander, my best friend right now.
Hey, I'm Lander, the other person who survived the pretty much the party in general. It's just the two of us for now.
Yeah, everybody else dead, so.
Just the two of
Yeah.
us.
We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us. My only piece of advice to people: if you use a green screen, don't dye your beard green. But if you do dye your beard green, put a green background so the background bleeding through your beard will still be green.
Exhibit A.
Only other thing I got is you can follow me on Sticky Butter. It's where I post art when I deem that it's worthy of getting posted. Don't hold your breath. You might suffocate and die.
Which is never, because artist.
Past that, I play a tiefling ranger named Lander, and I am the edgelord to, be all edgelords.
The
about it.
edgelords of all edgelords.
Oh,
Edgelordy edgelord.
I kind of. You've kind of been standoffish with me. I mean, not that Fancy's friendly, but friendlier than our edgelord.
A butcher, forger, and edgelord are about to enter the swampy area of this planet. Anyways, well, welcome you guys. Welcome back.
Planet? You mean continent?
Continent?
Did you rope me into a Spelljammer's game without telling me?
Maybe.
It turns into Spelljammers now.
I would quit.
Well,
No, I'm so excited.
just a note from our sponsors, one of which is Griffin Co., one of our longtime sponsors since forever ago, like literally years ago.
They're amazing. I'd basically exclusively buy my miniatures from them.
Yes, very good quality, amazing customer service, pretty much a family-owned business, and yeah, they're
What do you mean?
fucking great.
You don't get more family-owned than Griffin Co.
Literally a family running the business. That's true.
Yeah.
They are a family-owned business, but we love them. So check them out, and you get 22% off of your purchase if you type in Fabled 42. Spread the word. There's also Underground Oracle. They do a bunch of D&D 5e resources. They're also fucking awesome. Check them out at undergroundoracle.com. Nine Rails Gaming. They also have a promo code. It's Fabled42 for 10% off of your purchase at ninereelsgaming.com. And then, of course, Critical Dice. We do have a giveaway for Critical Dice. We have 2 of them each game. So the first half of the game is the first giveaway, and then the second half of the game is the second giveaway. We'll announce the winner right after our intermission and then at the end of the show. So do stick around to enter the giveaway. It's !critical in the chat. So go do that. Okay, thanks. Otherwise, yeah, check out our other shows. It's us on Monday. On Wednesday is I have so many announcements. Whose show is Wednesday? Oh, our homies. Sorry, I'm an asshole. Heroes of Salon. they're fucking rad. And then Duke City Chronicles on Friday. There's also an incoming surprise game that I am also DMing in order to raise money for what used to be called Fix Our Ferals community in San Francisco. They do, they pretty much trap and spay neuter the feral community of cats in the neighborhood. They also offer a lot of surgeries for a discounted price for those people who are just in a pinch. They're freaking awesome, and they work way too hard, and we want to help them out. So it is a charity stream, and it's a cast that is all tabaxi. Should be fun. Cats on a boat. How's that's gonna go? I don't know. We'll find out, but we'll announce that soon. Anyway, so our game begins. Well, it's just the two of these folks right now. It looks like one of their partners just kind of left. Didn't really leave much of a note or anything behind other than we'll be back soon. But did leave a little gift, the tiny little creature that's encased, the little vivarium. That gift was left for Fancy. And unfortunately, they did lose their friend Dutch. And they are currently carrying his body with them towards the next destination for a burial. But otherwise, the two team members have been walking for hours on these horses. The horses seem to be gung-ho, but at this point, starting to get tired because the terrain has definitely gotten a lot more difficult. It's not a lot of walking paths, if any, going in the direction that they need. It's all shrubs, bush, and then the ground starts to get murkier. Fog starts to roll over the ground in kind of a light blanket of white, kind of billowy, grayish white smoke. And if they take any steps further, the ground tends to get a little bit softer, and the horses are going to start having a pretty difficult time. And who was carrying Dutch? Who was driving the horse with the cart?
It's on a wagon. Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was two horses connected to one cart.
Oh, it was. You can do that, or you can do just one horse can also just pull him.
Well, I was assuming
If you haven't
two to
said
one
so.
cart because two horses connected to one is better than one horse connected to one cart.
Fair enough.
Well, we
That's
could also
what I had
switch.
pictured in my head, and that's what I thought we had agreed upon. But I understand.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We can do that. We can like switch the horses out too. With two horses is fine. I don't have it written down, so whatever you think is best.
All right. So
Two is perfect.
yeah, I'm gonna say both horses were pulling this cart together. It looks like the cart is starting to catch on a few things, but you just give it a minute and a couple of tugs here and there, and eventually the cart makes it through a lot of this brushy area. But you are going to start to notice that the ground is getting a little bit more swampy. Moss is starting to creep up the trunks of these trees. You're going to start seeing some roots kind of bend over exposed. And the ground is very unstable, uneven, and it's very wet. Not just on the ground, but all over. It's super humid in this area.
Features and traits. You have favorite terrain type, proficiency bonus is double related to it. While traveling an hour or more, your chosen terrain, difficult terrain, doesn't slow your group. We can't be slowed down by the swamp if we're traveling for more than an hour. Because it's my favorite terrain, baby. It's the one thing I can do as a ranger.
Nice. Does that include the cart and the other horse as well?
Yes. So
Awesome.
it's me and my group. So basically, Lander would be navigating around like the more difficult parts of the swamp, being more familiar with this type of area. He can like kind of guide us through like where like paths would like disappear into bogs and be like, well, no, actually, we're gonna go to the left here because that's a pit hole, and that kind of stuff.
Sweet. All
Because
right.
ranger stuff.
Well, I'm gonna say that it's been several hours at this point. You're kind of going as the horses are going. You are gonna notice that Lander, your horse in particular, is holding on pretty strong. Doesn't seem to be getting that tired at all. Fancy, your horse is getting a little slower. Although that horse is very strong, he tends to tucker out a little bit more quickly. But it is around 2 a.m. at this point. It's dark out, and you start to see fireflies kind of light a path in front of you.
I'm also quite large. Do you think maybe we could switch? And so is my wallet. Okay. Just a reminder, we're kind of rich. Can I give my horse a potion of healing? Or are they just tired?
Just tired. I think a potion of healing might boost it a little bit.
Do we want to like barrel through? Like, do we want to try to? Do we want to take a couple minutes?
I think we should barrel through the night.
Okay.
Through the night.
What I don't want is that if something starts chasing us, for this horse is not to be able to like run away from it. They're both connected.
We also never rested, so we still used up all of our things from the last boss fight.
Yeah.
I have no spells. I have no spell slots.
I have rage left and stuff, but I don't have the pass without a trace anymore because I only have that once.
Oh wait, no, I still have level 1 slots. Okay. Let me think about this. What's going on?
So do we know how far we are away from the city?
You're about 300 to 400 miles.
Whoa, okay, that's some time, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's
there is a smaller town in the middle of it. You guys are getting pretty close to it. It's about 50 miles away.
We'd have to barrel through the night and half of the next day. Yeah?
For 50 miles, yeah. Through the swamp, it might be.
Yes.
Well, actually, never mind, because you guys are cruising through it no problem, so. Oh, I'm looking for that link for you, Butters. Ugh.
So,
one time favorite night comes out.
I'm thinking that this is the time if we want to use those potions. I have 3 potions of greater healing. I would 100% give my horse one of them so that we could last another 12 hours that we need to travel.
We can buy another horse.
No, I know. I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about us moving, something shows up, and this horse that's connected to the cart failing on us. We just need it to get to the city itself. I don't really care if the horse lives or dies.
The only thing we're storing in the cart is the body. So worst case scenario, you just take the body and go.
But this cart is a lot of beans, a lot of dollars, Dolores.
We have so much fucking money.
That town was
literally like shakes his fucking coin purse full of platinum. Like he's never seen this much money in his life.
Do you shake it? Really?
Yeah, like just like.
Oh God.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just saying I would rather buy another potion of healing than a horse in a cart. And in the moment when something is going down, I don't want to have to go in the back and grab Dutch's body and then run with that.
As you all are paused here, chatting with each other on these horses, you're going to notice something move, like the cart move the horses, and the horse kind of takes a step back. And if you look, but whoever looks, just roll investigation.
I guess
All
I'll
right,
look.
fine. Fine. We can.
Bliss is having a day of existence. Me too, girl. Fucking tired today. But we here. We here to wreck shit. Okay?
Find. Oh, hold on. I gotta grab my dice.
Oh.
Duh.
See, this is where we're at, y'all.
Yeah, no big deal.
Lander,
right.
what'd you get on your roll?
I didn't hear that there was a roll because my computer died for 5 seconds.
Oh.
Well, my internet.
Investigation, because the cart's moving.
Yeah, I don't have great investigation, but the cart's moving.
Investigation. Fuck. Why couldn't you just say perception? Jesus.
I rolled a 19 and I have +0.
19 is great.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so you both see this happening. It's really dark out. Literally the only light around you, unless anyone casted any light, are the fireflies. Even the moonlight is covered by clouds at the moment. You see a giant alligator has a good grip on what looks to be the shoulder of Dutch.
Oh, God.
Dutch's body, and is starting to pull it off of the cart.
He's gonna eat that.
We have a slow computer in our midst.
I know.
Y'all.
I wish it was the computer.
You're kind of back.
It's worse.
And
It's
I'm
the
having
internet.
experiments.
All right, so Lander is going to draw his bow and shoot at the alligators
Okay.
because I didn't take any of that useless shit like speak with animals. Does an 18 hit a giant alligator?
Yes.
I hope it hits a giant alligator.
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
Nice.
Totally does. I would like to go into a rage, please.
All right. Raging.
Okay.
What's your damage? Hello, yum worms.
All right. Cool. I think I have everything under control. Let me roll damage.
Boop. Boop.
4.
Jabooty. 4 points of damage. Oh, and you're firing
Yes.
your bow.
I rolled very low.
Okay. You used a bow, correct?
Correct, I did.
Okay, so the bow does land and sinks between two scales on the side of this alligator's body, but it doesn't seem to be budging. He is going to successfully pull Dutch's body into the water. It's going to disappear under the fog.
Are you kidding?
Lander is going to then jump off his horse while simultaneously tossing down his bow and jump into the water.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay! Make a constitution save. Oh, Jesus.
16.
16. It's against me here. Please fail. Damn it! Okay, it succeeds. It's just water. You're in the water. And, I mean, you don't see anything. How far can you see? You have dark vision.
Yes. 60 feet.
Oh, totally. Okay. Yeah, you do see the alligator starting to kind of chomp and get a better grip of Dutch's body. You start to see the wrap start to fall off of Dutch's body. You do see his hand kind of fall out of the wrap. He's the only alligator you see in the water, though, just this one.
Dope. I will chase it with my slow swim speed. All right, guys, don't forget to enter the giveaway, # or exclamation point critical.
Enter the giveaway, meow. Enter
Right,
now.
meow.
Meow. All right, you're swimming
Okay.
after him? What do you do when you reach him?
Yes.
Because he'll let you swim right up to him. He's just chewing on this body. Tastes pretty good.
Well, obviously, I'm gonna stab the shit out of him with my short sword and my long sword.
Roll to
Because
hit.
stab, stab.
About to make some boots.
That'd be kind of cool. Um. So with my sword, 17 plus 7 would definitely hit.
Yeah.
24. And then I'm gonna use the extra bonus action to do the unarmed strike,
Okay.
which is a natural 20.
Freaking solid. Let me silence my
Yeah,
phone,
no,
sorry about that.
definitely. I love when the natural 20 is just the one that default just does 5 damage. That's great, you know? And then,
Yeah.
oh, I got another nat 20 on my next attack with the longsword.
Oh, Jesus.
And we'll use my 2-weapon fighting to swing again. And I will swing for a 13.
13 to hit. Damage?
So 13. So the last one was 13 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, cool. So then the first strike did 10 damage. The second strike. Oh. Yeah, it's just 10. It's you're doubling damage output, right?
Yeah.
So it's an unarmed strike, so it's just 10. And then the next strike did 8 damage, and then the one after that did 6.
Okay.
So I just walk up there and I go slash, punched, slash, slash.
Yeah, you fuck him up, man.
Well, like, kind of, I'm cool, and I'm like fucking action man over here.
So this is happening. Fancy, you just see some bubbles kind of emerge from the water.
I guess I'm getting in when I get the chance. I didn't rage for nothing.
Well, unfortunately, the alligator is fucked up. You pretty much cleave him almost in half, so it does expose his innards, and it does kind of fill this whole area, or it fills this whole thing full of
Oh, so she
blood.
sees me jump in, some bubbles, and then blood.
And blood, yes.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
So the alligator, gravely injured, lets go of the body and attempts to swim away.
I'm going to put my short sword in my mouth, grab Dutch's body, and then start to like swim out with my long sword still in my hand.
Okay, cool.
Dang.
And you do. So as soon as you get in there, Fancy, you're about knee deep in the water, but before you can go any further, you do see him emerge.
It's just like rising out of
With
the
the
blood.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Pretty covered in
That's
blood
sick.
too. And swamp
Yeah.
scum.
With fucking short sword in my mouth, long sword in my hand, wander over my shoulder, just walking out like a boss. I toss his body back on the cart. I look over at Fancy. I point at my horse with my short sword, and then I walk over to theirs, put my 2 blades away, and jump on.
Cool.
We're switching horses. All right.
Okay, yeah, wait. Oh, 1 second.
And then, as we're going, I'm gonna
Damn it.
start like I take my robe off, I toss it in the back of the cart, and I'm gonna start taking off my leather armor and trying to wring out my fucking clothing. However, I will
Yeah,
also
it's you.
not for the next couple minutes.
As you're doing this, though, you do notice, like, the body just kind of plops and, like, soaks the wood full of water and a little bit of blood. Otherwise, the body is, like, for the most part, still wrapped. There's about a quarter of it that's a little unraveled. Alligator, you don't see a sign of them. You
Sorry,
assume he
Dutch.
goes to die somewhere.
So no boots for me.
No boots for you. But otherwise, you do notice it is eerily quiet. And, you know, things like the fireflies aren't out at this point.
Hmm.
The air is still.
Well,
Hmm.
I guess let's get a move. I just wrote giant alligator, Lander handled it. Switch horse. Okay. Fancy's
Dear
good
diary,
at
today
Dear
I witnessed Lander be a fucking badass.
Dear
Let's
diary.
go fetch this dead body real quick. BRB.
I told Lander to handle the alligator himself as a joke. I even wrote, haha, dear diary. All right. Well, I guess since you handled that, I'm just going to go back to being a backseat barbarian then.
Question DM. Would you allow us to take turns doing short rests in the back of the cart?
Yeah, totally. It'll fit
Okay.
you. It can fit like
All right.
4 people.
Without stopping, I'm gonna without stopping like the horse, I'm gonna like climb up and then like try and climb into the cart while we're still moving and just kind of like lie down.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So Fancy, you're holding the reins, walking through. Go ahead and roll perception, please.
Mm-hmm. Well.
12.
Mm-hmm.
It's quiet. There's still no wildlife, it looks like. But you do see some, I guess, harder parts of the earth kind of form different paths and kind of weave through. The cart does follow some of those. There's a few times where the horse has to trudge through, about a quarter of its body submerged in the water, but you successfully make it through. Otherwise, not much happens. What are you doing while the cart's moving?
I think that since Lander has been kind of being like, don't go that way, obviously this is going to lead you to this, and kind of, I'm trying to practice some of that.
Fuck.
I'm trying to practice that the best I can, but I don't have that ability. So I for sure am doing my best. I'm not a swamp person. I'm more of a forest person. I'm actually more of a kitchen person. So this is just not, I can get through stuff, but not with carts. I'm usually on foot.
Not ideal.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
So I'm doing my best, but I think I'm trying to practice and apply what Lander's been saying to our trip here. So I might be like,
Okay.
yeah, doing that.
So do another perception check, but with advantage.
Oh, thank God it's with advantage. 14.
14's pretty good. Do you notice this? Let me see. You do.
What is that, like a survival?
Well, I mean, you could. It depends. You do notice, or you hear something kind of, I would say good, like 250 feet in your blind spot on the right side moving. But as soon as you seem to perk up, because you hear it, the sound goes away.
Okay. I don't want to slow down, but I do want to keep my eyes in that direction.
Okay.
As much as I can with still steering the horses.
Cool. And you're going, it's quiet. You do, actually, roll an acrobatics for me, please.
Oh, no.
I'm going to see how well you do through this.
This soundtrack sounds kind of Eclipse. or like new moon,
Oh.
like twilighty.
Edward is the one in the blind spot and appears and he glitters under the moonlight.
It sounds a little bit like when Bella was like in the woods and James comes back for her and he's like, "Hi." And I can't. I know it too well. Okay, I rolled a 16. I have +0.
And Edward, I'm just kidding. Yeah, you make it through fine, actually. It looks like one of the horses trills a little bit because it starts to sink into a deep part of this swamp that was kind of hard to see. But with a little bit of a tug, you kind of grab its reins and you pull it ahead and you pull it towards the right, towards you and the other horse, and you're able to avoid that area. The horse is fine, but he is tired, and he is starting to slow you guys down.
I am going to, okay, just the one that is my horse. What did we name them? They were like Bud and Natty, I think, something like that. Anyway.
What did you name your horse?
It's a gnat, like
Nat and
like
Bud.
a fly.
Nat
No,
and
I
Bud.
remember I named mine after a fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thick Boy. Bud.
Perfect.
Thick Boy is a very strong horse, but this is not his
Okay.
terrain.
So I am going to give them a potion of greater healing. It's the
Okay.
best I can do.
Yeah, that'll help. That will help. I'll roll it.
Yeah.
All ones, wow. Oh, there we go,
Ugh.
2. Okay. Yeah, you take a moment, you step down to a patch of earth that's a little bit tougher. And there seems to be a stump, maybe one of these really old willow trees blew down during a storm a very long time ago. You do step up on it and you do offer this horse a potion. And yeah, it gets a little bit of a jolt of energy. He kind of leans over and sort of rests his face against your face as a thank you.
Yeah. I'd probably be just as tall as this horse.
That's true. But yeah, you hop back on and you keep on going. Roll
Okay.
one more perception check.
Ooh. That's not good. That's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything.
I don't have very high perception, so my rolls have just been thankfully pretty good. But
And right now it's approaching about 5 a.m. It's hard to see. The raven is just kind of sleeping where Lander is, against one of the sides of this cart. But he wakes up and he eventually joins you. He sits on the horse's head in front of you. And there is little peaks of or rays of light ahead of you through the trees in some areas. Looks like sunrise is happening soon, and it's beautiful. It's a really strong sapphire red.
it looks sapphire. I love the color sapphire. It's like the perfect hue of the way that like my wife's skin kind of looks. So it makes me think of her when I'm sitting in this moment. So that's nice to get a little reminder while I'm all the way out here with this little freaky stranger in the back.
It is a serene moment. I mean, it lights up. All of the trees around you start to get a rim light at this point of this red. All the moss that collects up these trees. You've noticed now, not that now there's more light, almost the entirety of the trees are covered in moss. So you do start to see really rich greens peering through orange, a lot of yellows. The fog is still very, very much there. And you do start to hear some wildlife as well. Some crickets, some frogs, even a couple of muskrat, things like that, kind of rummaging through the forest floor.
Wildlife is good.
Yeah.
Little critters means no big critters.
Narrowly avoided a very dire situation.
Okay.
Good stuff.
So
yeah.
since I am resting, I'm gonna roll some hit die real quick.
Do it. I would say that was like 2 short rests.
Oh, just 2. I plan on taking 1, but 2's fine.
2's good. And then because you were in the water, Lander, and you too, Fancy, at least you touched the water.
I did take off my wet clothing.
Okay.
Did
That's
touch
fine.
the water and
You
probably
did-
did not take my pants off.
You did touch it. If it touched skin, then you heal 1d6.
Oh. The water is healing?
Or something in the water heals you. You don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hi, Leo. Are you joining me?
I don't know if I need it. I don't need it.
Then you should be good.
I'm chilling.
Oh god, I say hi to one dog, now all the animals are up here.
Hmm.
Okay. And Fancy, did you want to take a short rest as well?
Will I take a point of exhaustion if I don't? I guess I will.
At this point, no. You've been on horses, so I would say no.
Yeah, but we also, like, it's also just getting 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, I don't mean to argue against you.
No,
No.
I mean, for exhaustion, like, if you were trudging through it, I would give it to you. But at this point, no. I mean, it's been a pretty chill night. One more day, I'd give you a point of exhaustion.
I don't-
My exhaustion is like, if I do give it to you, I make it a nightmare, so.
I don't know if I would gain anything.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is.
So you gonna stay up?
Well, I mean, if you're okay, Lander, I might as well sit in the back. Give the horse a
I'm
rest.
fine. Yeah, Lander just shrugs.
All right, that's fine. I'll take a short rest.
Cool. Alright, and Lander, you're driving the horse now?
Cool. Driving the horse shirtless. Because my armor is
Nice.
still dry.
And then you glitter in the moonlight. Just kidding.
I do not, because I am not a gay vampire.
Speaking of,
Don't say that.
When you wake up, Lander,
Oh, fuck. Are they specifically gay? Because if they are, that's fine.
wait, what'd you say? What'd you ask?
I said if they're specifically gay, like, then I'm for it. But, like, you know.
No, I mean, speaking of something else. You do notice,
Okay,
kind
cool.
of a surge of energy you've never felt before. You're also
Oh, is it centered around the weird bite that for some reason hasn't really healed itself
super possible.
yet? It kind of looks infected.
But
Okay, cool.
you are gonna they're gonna feel like ravishing things. So next time you see any food, not prospects of food, like if you see an elk walk by, like it's not gonna trigger this. If you see or smell something you like, then you're going
wait.
to want to go for it and eat it.
Okay, well then. I find twice as much food while foraging in my favorite terrain.
Yes. Are you gonna forage for food right now?
I mean, are you telling me that every time I see something that I want to eat, I'm gonna go just get a shit ton of it?
You're gonna really want it, yeah. Like if it's not that bad yet, but it's you're really hungry right now. Like you want some breakfast. It is time.
How much do I remember when it comes to werewolves from my training?
Roll history check.
$14.
14's pretty good. I mean, you know, most of the standard and even some of the advanced stuff, you do know, like, what you're going through right now. You're going to start to realize that you are in the process of turning. As far as, well, I guess, and you know, the typical werewolf stuff. However, where your knowledge kind of ends is what type of werewolf you become, because depending on the bite, depending who or what bites you, or what type of werewolf bites you, and depending on your race, there are dozens of types of creatures that you can morph into. You do know that if you decide to finish morphing, which takes about a month, so the next full moon series, or full moon for fucking week, if you don't get an antidote by then, it will be permanent, meaning that you either have control over it or you don't. There's a couple ways where you can enchant yourself to have control over it. There's some training that you can do on the side to manage it. Otherwise, you might be able to control it as soon as you turn into it, or it can be triggered by the full moon. So you're not sure exactly to what extent it is, but you do know this is the starting stages. You're going to be hungry for a while. Then you're going to be very aggressive, which can do a number of things, like your initiative, for example. Like, you're going to roll on advantage on a lot of things, which can help. And then there's a point where you lose control at some point, and that's when I, as DM, will control your character for a while.
Cool. Fun.
It's a good time. It's a good time.
All right. And then Lander knows there's really nothing you can do about the fucking.
Yeah. Is there any other questions you have about the
right now?
Infection?
Nah, Lander's just gonna check out the cut, see if there's any, like, anything else his medical training will tell him about, like, what he can do now to slow things down. Any herbs or anything he can find to, like, at least get the cut to close.
Medicine check, please.
If you want help, let me know. I'm proficient in medicine.
I got a 4, but you're asleep. Or no, you're not. You're awake.
I'm just resting. I'm just relaxing.
Okay.
Do you want to help him out?
I guess, yeah, you'll see him kind of like picking at the weird pussy scabby bite mark.
Yeah.
On his shoulder.
You have proficiency in medicine, a healer's kit, and can use the healer's kit. If you'd like me to take a peek at it, I can. I guess I'll lean forward and kind of like squeeze it. Sorry. Yeah, just like I want to see what comes out.
I'm gonna flinch, but like let you do your thing.
Landers, I have a question. What color is your blood?
DM, what color is my blood?
It's a really, really dark red. It's almost a brown red. It's almost like dead blood, but it's not dead.
Okay. So when this comes out,
okay,
does it look like this is so stupid, but does the white blood cells of a tiefling like collect and
do my white blood cells still come out yellow pus?
Yeah.
Or is it a different color pus?
Your pus actually would be similar to humans, so
okay.
These are the hard facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the pus coming out
would
in
my
the right
screen
way?
His pus, however, is black, which is not normal.
That
fun.
is not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not normally have black shit coming out of my body, despite having black scleras.
Okay, I am gonna I'm gonna pinch it. I'm gonna say, just hold on one second. I'm gonna pinch it and like scoop some into a vial, like just a little bit there. And some of the blood too, if I can get some of that in there.
The raven is gonna watch you very curiously, and cause if it says something, but you don't understand what he says.
Damn it.
I'm gonna glare at it.
He's
I'm gonna make a note that I would like to get a magical item that will allow me to talk to this.
Cool. Noted. You do notice the horse is gonna lean up and is gonna nudge the black horse is gonna nudge Lander's ankle. As if
Mine's
to
the black
soothe
horse,
you.
right?
Yeah.
Lander's gonna like pat it on the head and kind of like flick his foot so it's like go away.
Then I would like to take my healer's kit and maybe is there like a red rash around it or like anything like that? Like I'm trying to think if I could do like where they Sharpie a circle around the tick
To watch
bite.
it grow.
To watch it grow.
You're so funny. Yeah, it's looks like it's spreading too. It's pretty bad. You'll notice like surface cuts from being in the water earlier. Like you do notice like remnants of a cut that looks like it's healed over, which is interesting enough. Except the only thing that hasn't really healed is this giant bite wound. It is. It's a mixture of bruising. It's slashing as well, and there's a couple of puncture wounds. The puncture wounds seem to be kind of they have an odor to them. And yeah, it's how big is it? I would say it's about like 10 inches long on his shoulder.
Oh,
Jeez.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yes,
Yeah.
that thing just bit me and went,
Yeah. It was rough.
That's funny. Yeah, amazing. So that's huge, bud. All right, I'm
It
gonna
was definitely worse than before. It was worse than yesterday.
wrap his upper arm, I guess. And is there any? I have about 6 different mushrooms here. Most of them are like, I don't think I have anything that's a healing one yet. I have eating, and I don't have my little note that says mushrooms.
I'll give you 2 options. You can do a medicine check to see what resources you need, or you can do a nature check to see what resources are around you.
I have such better medicine.
I'll do the nature check
You'll do nature check, okay.
Okay, great.
to know what's around me.
Okay,
I got a 21.
nice.
And then I get it. Oh, fuck. Of course it's intelligence. Oh, I got a nat 20 anyway.
Woo!
Nice. Okay, so everyone rolled really well. We'll go with Fancy's first. You did the medicine check. It looks like there's a couple things that can help this heal up. There is a specific type of potion you can get, but that's really fucking hard to find and really difficult to make, and only a sorcerer can make it, or some sort of advanced spellcaster, because it takes a couple days to cast. There's a couple of stones that'll do it. As far as anything natural, there is actually a type of bark. It's from a tree. I want to say it's similar to like a eucalyptus tree, where you know how the bark sort of sheds all the time, and it's a tree that's really full of oil. So it's full of like, instead of, it's oil, but it's very powerful. A lot of wizards use it for different things and for casting certain things. If you can find this bark, it probably has what you need. Otherwise, Lander, you don't see any of those trees in your direct vicinity. You do find a lot of mushrooms, though, a lot of mosses that'll soothe the pain, and a couple of things, like parts of clay. There's like clay around you as well that you have to sort of dig for, and this is like, music is very distracting right now. There's clay that you can apply to yourself as well, and that could help kind of soothe any infection. But the wound will still.
So I'm
remain
gonna
open.
like pack some of the herds I need to pack, and then use the clay to kind of cover that over, and then bandage over that.
Okay. How good's your bandage? Roll a medicine check too.
I have a healer's kit, so I can.
Want to help? Want to roll
Yeah,
advantage?
maybe I'm gonna let Fancy bandage.
You try, but
Because
it's
my
hard with
bandage
one
would be
arm.
me tearing my shirt. Well, okay, so I tear a chunk of my shirt, look at it, it's not too enough, and then just kind of look at Fancy.
All right, so I didn't roll well, but I do have one luck still. What does my luck do?
Ooh,
You can reroll
you can re-roll
for
it.
spending the yeah.
Great, I will do that. I'm gonna spend. I rolled a 2. Okay, I do have a +4, but a 6
Yeah,
ain't
that
gonna cut
advantage
it.
ain't gonna last.
So I rolled an 11 +4 is 15.
15. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you roll it on nice and tight. The only way it can get off is if Lander's like mid-battle and gets hit a bunch of times, then it'll come off. Otherwise,
Okay.
you can run, you can jump with it. It's pretty good. It doesn't limit your mobility at all.
Amazing.
And yeah, you're all set. You do feel there's a lot less pain. You do notice that you didn't really notice the pain before, Lander. I guess whatever venom infection is going through you has made you kind of oblivious to it. But now that you no longer feel pain, it's a little bit euphoric. So you do realize then that you must have been in a shitload of pain all night, and how you slept, you have no idea. But it's better now. And it's a like nice cooling sensation through the skin. You're in a nice boggy area. It's very moist. Everyone's skin looks great right now. Side note.
All dewy.
Nice and dewy. Anyway, however, the corpse is not doing well. You do notice it starts to secrete some sort of odor, and you do notice that when you did put the body in the cart before, it soaked up the wood because it was full of water, but there's still a wet spot on the wood, meaning that the body's starting to quickly decompose because of this environment.
Yeah. I don't have anything for that.
No amount of clay.
No amount of clay and wraps will help us here.
Ooh, let's see what's going on in chat real quick. Herbs with a hard H. Herbs.
I said herbs instead of herbs because I always say herbs because I'm weird.
Bishop, eucalyptus. We like the eucalyptus.
Gook.
Except when it's on fire and it explodes.
Whoa.
Oh, I forgot that happens.
Does happen.
Yeah, that's why
Whoa.
San Francisco's fucked.
Well, that's why Australia was fucked when it was on
Well,
fire.
no, we got a bunch of fucking eucalyptus from
Oh
Australia.
yeah, I know. And then the forest fires. Oh god. Yeah. Anyway.
So
Okay.
I need sticky notes. I'm not in my normal D&D environment right now, chat. And I don't have the sticky notes that I need for this D&D game right now. I write like on the sticky notes
computer notes. Sticky notes
I
on your
know.
computer.
but I like writing them down.
I mean, big same.
I'll do one on my phone, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. But I try to make notes like got my character with me on sticky notes of like things to remember so that I don't have to flip through my many pages of notes to try to find it.
Yeah.
Tell me, how do you take notes in D&D in the chat anyway?
Yeah, chat. Do you guys use digital notes? Do you use D&D Beyond? Does it even have a note section? I think it does. Or do you
Yeah.
are you old school? Like my old ass using stuff. Okay, anyway.
No, I'm oldest school. All right, I use this thing.
You
Best
use
notes.
it.
I don't trust that
I
at
don't
all.
trust mine either.
For notes.
I smoke too much weed, my man. But yeah, anyway, you guys continue onward. And Fancy, are you still sitting in the cart?
Might as well, yeah.
Okay. So you're sitting there. It's reasonably pretty quiet. Lander, you want to roll perception, please?
I get advantage because we're in a swamp.
Oh yeah, you rolled out with advantage. Very gay, very
I'm
vampire.
glad I could do that. Well, my first one was a 9, but then my next was a 13.
Okay, 13's all right.
Plus 5, so that'll be 17 or 18.
Cool. Sunrise is freaking beautiful. You do notice the color starts to kind of usurp the entire sky. So where there is still red at the horizon, the rest of the sky is a really beautiful magenta pink. It's a really cool mood. It's almost like golden hour, but like the opposite of golden hour. And it's still very quiet. But then you notice, you also hear that sound kind of in your blind spot. But just like Fancy, when you pause to listen further, the sound stops.
I definitely would have also mentioned that to them, like everything that I observed.
Okay.
So this is now you hearing that again,
Oh, cool.
seeing that again.
So now I actually believe it instead of just assuming that Fancy's crazy, which I had before.
Swap vantage.
How, based on my estimation, how close are we to the city?
To the city? Still a couple hundred
Well,
miles away.
to our
the
destination.
town. The town.
Yeah.
The town. You're like 10 miles closer. So what did I say before? So you're like 40 miles away, at the most. You've been moving through this. You've been moving through this swamp pretty quickly, actually.
How am I on rations? I've like haven't bought any more since we started.
And you hungry? You are very hungry.
I cook for us, for the record. I do provide foods.
Oh, you do? Did you make
Right.
mushroom soup and
But
stuff?
you also need things to provide food, and
I
while we're
specifically.
in my favorite terrain, I think I'm gonna try to go on a hunt by myself.
You're gonna hunt?
That's fine.
Fun. Okay.
So yeah,
Where are
when
you?
you're just gonna suit up,
Where you parking the homies? The homie / dead homie.
Me and all my homies.
I'm going to tell Fancy to keep following this trail,
Okay.
and I'll catch up. And then I'm gonna start going ahead.
Do you take the raven with you?
Yeah, sure.
What'd you
If
say?
he follows up, I'm not gonna stop him.
You can have Drac if you want.
Cool.
Yeah, Drac is
I'll
interested.
begrudgingly take Drac with me, despite actually wanting him there. He's never gonna find out.
Yeah, he's actually gonna just. He sees you
Okay.
putting on hunter's gear, and
We're co-parenting this bird.
and he's gonna zip into the treetops and disappear out of sight.
Cool. So I can move stealthily at a normal pace while alone. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna look for tracks.
Solid.
Oh, sweet. Just in case. Okay, I rolled a 19 and a 20.
Oh damn. Okay. Well, let me see what you find. I'm gonna roll a dice for it. I hope it's.
A black dragon. I'm gonna find a baby black dragon.
You're gonna notice some tracks, and they look reptilian, and they look about
Fuck me.
9 to 10 feet long. It looks like it is on 4 legs.
Okay, while tracking a creature, I learned the exact number, size, and how long ago they passed through that area.
What are the first 2 things you said?
The exact number and size, and
Just
how
one.
long ago they passed through the area.
One,
Okay.
humongous, 10 feet long from nose to tail, and it was there about 2 hours ago.
I am not gonna follow those tracks, and I'm gonna look for more.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad I have advantage because that was an at one. And this is survival, right?
Yeah.
17.
And Fancy, go in and roll perception while you're on the trail. Okay.
Gosh.
And Lander, you do notice this looks to be actually hard to tell. It almost looks like the foot of a bird, but it's heavier, denser. It is walking on 2 legs. It's about 7 feet tall, heavy, and it was here just about 25 minutes ago. It looks like this is its
I will
nesting
follow
area.
these.
Okay. Its scent seems to be freaking everywhere, in every direction. The closest direction is kind of backtracking where y'all came from. Are you stealthing right now? Is that a thing you
Yes.
automatically do? Okay.
Well, it's I can stealth at this without getting slowed down. So I just rolled again, and I got 18 plus 22.
Okay. And Fancy, what did you get for perception?
A 16.
16. Okay, well,
Also, Fancy would no longer get the benefits of not having to move or the difficult terrain stuff.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm at normal speed.
Okay. Well, with that perception check, you do notice whatever was making that noise and seeming to track you has stopped. It looks like it stopped following you.
Oh,
Great. So it's following me.
yeah.
Very possible. Anyway. Are you looking for this creature? Lander?
Yeah, so I'm tracking the bird thing.
Okay. And you do. Just roll a d20. I want to see where. Just a flat d20. If you get higher than me, then.
It's literally impossible for me to get higher than you because I rolled a 1.
Oh. Yeah, you don't see anything. You see, it looks like some parts of the land are kind of roughed up. It looks like this is a creature that does dig and forage for food. You do see some bones too, some old bones from maybe a few days ago that seem to track with this creature. Looks like it's a meat eater as well, but you don't see the creature itself. However, Drac starts to make a little bit of noise. It looks like he drops down from the canopy of the trees to where you can see him, and he looks at you.
Where is it?
Do you acknowledge him? Yes.
I just say, where is it?
And he flies forward about a little bit, slightly straight ahead, but slightly to your left. It looks like you watch him go, kind of fly low and then kind of jolt right back up to the trees again in this little kind of clearing area.
All right, I follow.
Okay.
Does he still have the butter knife?
No, he's stashed it somewhere. We don't know where.
Okay.
He permanently has a butter knife in his mouth. I should make that the thread icon. Anyway.
Go for it.
Or an emoji. Okay, roll stealth and then investigation.
Uh, 23 for stealth.
Okay.
This is 6 for investigation.
Okay. So you're very stealthy. Hard to see though. Fancy, what are you doing?
I mean, I think, am I thinking like whatever was tracking us is just not doing that anymore? Or was they more like, oh, that's definitely following him now?
Roll a d20. What'd you get? Just a flat d20.
That's a natural 20, baby. Oh my gosh.
So I have to tell you. Yeah, something was tracking you for a while as soon as it heard Lander shaking its coin
Woo!
bag. Now it knows Lander has gone out for a hunt, and it's now tracking him.
Okay. The downside to this is we don't have a way to communicate with each other.
No, not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
Well, I mean, I don't plan on becoming a fighter or a wizard or a what's the other aberration?
We should just get Rocky Talkies.
Rocky Talkies.
Sending stones. That's what me and my friends call them, as Rocky Talkies. We should just get some of those for next time. But for now,
the city is gonna have some cool shit in it.
Yeah,
I have literally a menu of cool shit.
Oh,
from this
and I
one
have a
store.
question. What is the name of this city, by the way? We've been saying the city this whole time.
Oh my god, I wrote it down.
that. Thank you. That gives me time to look through my.
Um, where did I write it? Fuck it, whatever. Oh, here it is. Lethardia.
Lethardia?
Claudia.
Like lethargic.
Okay.
I just made it so dumb by saying that.
Perfect. No, you're good. Amazing.
No, that's literally the first thing I thought, by the way.
Really? It's not a tired city. That city is fucking crazy. You'll see.
Yeah.
But the town
So-
you're going to, you don't know the name of. But it's
Okay.
small. It's where that one lady elf was and is waiting for you. That you got the mirror for.
So I don't want to lose all of this stuff, but I don't want him to. With that, did I put together that like it's been tracking us since?
I mean, have I not
Money.
put faith
Yes.
in my abilities already? Like, come on. I clearly know the swamp.
I mean, you can handle it yourself. That's totally fine. I'm just thinking like I know it's tracking him now. So I connected that he did it with the money. And then we talked about having a lot of money. So what I'm just gonna do is I don't have a way to contact him. And he said go this way, so I'm just gonna go this way.
You keep going?
I'm just gonna keep moving forward. We didn't even until like I'm gonna keep moving until I see him or until Drac finds me. If Drac finds me without him, that will be a signal for me to be like, well, something has occurred.
Well, Lander, go ahead and make a dex save.
$18.
Oh shit. Okay. You're
Go
gonna.
ahead and do one of the best things you can save against. Okay.
Well, shit. Okay. You do notice what looks to be a bolt of like. It looks like a spear just made out of shadow. It looks like a physical thing, and it acts like one, and even sinks into a tree right in front of you, right at eye level, and almost like shakes from the momentum of it, I guess, or words today. I'm sorry, but then the spear disappears and just misses your face. And that's where we're going to take a quick break.
Before the break, guys, this is your last chance. It's exclamation point critical. Come on. Don't you want free shit?
Free shit!
Yes, you do.
Enter the giveaway. It's great. It's critical dice, and they're awesome. We love them. Enter the giveaway. Exclamation point giveaway.
Give
Exclamation point
away.
giveaway.
Give away. Give away.
We will announce the winner when we get back in 10 minutes. 10 minutes good for you guys?
Yep. Sounds perfect.
All right. I will see you 7:40. Yes. Okay, bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, everybody.
Here we go.
We're back.
Guys, you got 10 seconds before we roll.
Yes, last chance to enter the
9,
giveaway if you
8,
are here. And we will announce the winner soon. I had
3,
mangoes on my break.
2, 1.
The winner is Bishop.
Yay, Bishop.
Ba-doop, ba-doop,
GG.
ba-doop. Amazing, amazing. You know the drill. Message one of us, the homies, or on Discord. Message one of us, and we will get that prize sent your way ASAP. Fucking awesome, my dude. Alright, we are going to start another one that we're going to draw at the end of the show.
Whoa.
So once
Oh,
again...
Oops. Ignore that.
Oh,
last
sorry,
one.
Yumworms.
Yeah.
You won
I
nothing.
just clicked the wrong button. Yeah. GG.
GG. But you might win this next one, so you should still enter. Otherwise, we are going to do another one. So if you missed out this time, there's still dice to give away. So do enter the giveaway. Same command as before. Exclamation point critical for some critical dice. Okay, and we continue. Where we left off, Lander had just narrowly missed a dark bow and arrow to the face, landed in the tree trunk right in front of him as he was hunting, but then the bolt seemed to dissipate before his eyes. Lander, what are you doing?
I am going to use primeval awareness.
Okay.
So I expend one ranger spell slot. Already did. I sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fays, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you, within up to 6 miles if you are in my favorite terrain. So it's 6. And then it doesn't reveal their location or number.
Okay. And sorry, what can you identify from this dude?
For
Grace?
a minute, I sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Oh, none
Up
of
to
those.
6 miles from where I am.
None of those.
Well, that was worth a shot. Great use
Wow.
of a spell.
I don't think it's a fiend, is it? Let me look it up.
I wanted to come back and be like, yeah, you detect a fiend.
No.
Is it a demon or a devil?
No.
Is it undead?
Nope.
Fae?
Nope. It's none of those.
Aberration?
So, nope, you don't notice it. But go ahead and make another dex save. It is opening fire on your ass.
Seven.
What did he roll? I cannot see.
A
Oh,
lot of dice. Just hurt.
it missed. So you see another bolt kind of zip just above your head.
It missed a 7.
Yeah.
So I dodged one way, tripped, but managed to avoid it either way.
Yep. And
Awesome.
it came directly from your left side. I'm slapping
I
my cat's
am
butt,
going to fire 2 arrows in that direction.
Okay. Oop. He's hidden, sort of. So if it's higher than, I'll say, a 16, it'll hit.
Oh, the first one wasn't, but the second one was an 18.
Nice. That second one does hit.
Yeah. 5 points of damage.
Okay. You do hear something hit something meaty, but it looks like the arrow went straight through and landed in the distance. But otherwise, it's quiet. But he does stop firing at you.
I'm gonna run in the opposite direction of him.
Okay.
But behind me, let me see how long it takes to do this.
My cat is trying to cause all
Oh,
kinds of trouble here.
fuck. Never mind. I don't have the fucking spell slots to do a cordon of arrows behind me.
That's a good spell, though.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Fan of that one. While you're running, Fancy, what are you up to? Oh, go ahead and roll a perception check while you're on the trail.
I'm trotting along.
Do.
Perception of 10.
Yeah, I mean, you don't notice too much. Pretty quiet. You do see what looks to be a group of alligators about 20 feet to your left side.
Of course.
In the swampy waters. They don't seem to be doing much, but they do start to notice you moving past.
All right. Can I intimidate the alligators? I'm just gonna keep going.
You can roll intimidation if you want.
I don't think I have good intimidation. I have a -1 to intimidation, so I'm
Really?
definitely gonna roll. Okay, it's literally a natural 20. How
Really?
-1?
Well, you intimidate the fuck out of them. So I'll say, like, the horse that you're on Nat right now.
Yeah.
He rears back and neighs, and kind of stomps his hooves at them, and then you give them, like, that evil glare, and it's terrifying, and it smells of death because there's a body in the cart. And so all of the alligators scatter. You see some of them go over land and, like, behind some trees. Other ones kind of swim deeper into the water. But they scatter.
Damn, these are smart alligators. Well, then
Yeah.
again, yesterday they saw one with his fucking intestines just hanging out in the water.
Yeah, they're like, we don't know what's happening here. I think I'm just going to specifically be keeping an eye out for Lander or Drac.
Cool.
So.
All right. And you're trucking along. It's still super early in the morning. Very pretty out and calm, other than the alligators scattering about. You do see a little bit more wildlife as you're going through. You are gonna kind of come across a pretty dense area, though. So there's not a lot, like, right in front of you that you can go through without having. You can either cut it down and just go straight ahead, so cut down the brush in front of you and move the cart through, or you have to go around it.
So, just to FYI, I am straight fucking booking it.
Okay. You're running away.
Like, not even bothering with stealth or what. I'm just running as fast as I can.
Okay. So is this creature, and he is gonna start not caring too much. He's gonna be in your line of sight, and I'm gonna say he's about 25 feet behind you.
What do I see?
A goblin. He is dressed in all, looks like, kind of camo patterned, stitched together leather armor. He also has this very interesting chest plate that looks like it's not fucking from here, because it's like a pale, almost teal color, iridescent in some areas, like it's almost made or pieced together by different shells and coral. He's running after you. He does have a long head of hair that's tied into a top knot. Otherwise, very focused on you. It looks like roll investigation to see how in depth you see this dude before I just give away everything, because I have a tendency to do that.
Good catch. I do the same thing.
I'm like, let me tell you all the
19.
things. Okay, good. Well, yeah, but he's been in this swamp for a while, so he's, injured, similar stance as you. He's kind of out of options. He doesn't have very many bolts left on his bow, his crossbow, but he does have a short sword in his hand. and looks like it's a pretty nice one too.
I
And
will
he is headed your
drop
way.
my bag of silver caltrops.
How much?
Just dump the whole bag behind me, like spraying it.
Oh yeah. Well, he's gonna stop and just pick up. He's gonna like veer. He's gonna slow down, pick up the bag of coin, and he's
No,
gonna,
no, no, my caltrops. Caltrops, the
Oh,
spike.
I thought you meant your
I'm just
coins. Oh, he's
no,
gonna
no,
drop
no,
your
just
money.
no.
I was like,
No.
bro, he's gonna take that shit. Okay. Oh, let me see if he notices. He's running full speed. Ooh. Oh, even with that advantage. It's little spiky things, right? All right. It
And they're
does.
if it matters, they're silvered because I
Yeah.
fucking
It
yeah.
fucks him up. Yeah. He's gonna
Okay.
fall prone.
I'm
And
going to
yeah,
stop, turn around, and just fire as many arrows as you'll let me between now and when he gets up.
cool. Roll to hit. He's gonna cast shield against whatever the first one is.
Uh, 18.
18. Fuck. Okay, that hits. What's the damage?
I should probably roll that. 8.
8. Okay.
And then my next attack roll was a 13.
Okay. Damn, dude. He ain't doing too well.
Mhm.
Okay.
Don't fuck with me in a swamp. Don't
Yeah,
fuck with me in a forest.
because Drac is also going to attempt to attack him with a beak attack. Which doesn't hit. So it just misses, but he kind of like bats his hand at the bird, and he's gonna try to get up, and he's gonna try to run away. But he's gonna be slow.
Does
Huh?
a 13 hit?
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
He has shield.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay. Then so I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark.
Oh Jesus! All right.
And I'm gonna shoot him again.
Do it.
Does a natural 20 hit?
Yes.
Damn.
I might retire this die. I think it's rolling too good.
I would not.
Oh, and then max damage too? Fuck.
Yeah.
Um,
Roll it, then double it.
no, I rolled an 8 on my d8, so that
Oh,
would
shit.
be 8 plus 1, so 9. So 18 if we're doubling it, right?
Yeah. He dead. How do you want it to go down?
Just fucking shoot him like right in the back of the skull. Just fucking
Oof.
Yep, and he just drops flat, like just a sack of potatoes, just boop, and you even hear the thud and everything.
So I'm gonna run towards him, running around my caltrops.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pick up the whole body, and like if he dropped any weapons, pick those up.
Oh wait, so he has like a standard short sword, but it looks like
Okay.
it's adorned with what looks to be like a red ruby on the front, which is how he was able to cast a shield spell. And then what else does he have? He has no money on him at all.
Whatever.
Like
I'm
it
carrying the
looks
whole
like-
body, everything, and the sword, and I'm just gonna run back. I'll actually stealthily go back to catch up to the wagon.
Okay, roll stealth.
20.
Very stealthy. So much stealth. Yeah, okay, you're gonna head over. Drac is gonna follow you. And Fancy, you do see Drac in the very far distance after a while. And it looks like they are trying to catch up to you.
Gosh, I only see Drac.
Yeah.
All right.
Lander's too stealth right now.
Too stealthy. Okay, well, I'm going to assume that something happens to Lander.
If I see Fancy trying to get off, I'm just going to whistle.
Okay.
Like,
And
but,
you hear
know, not that quietly because, you know, I'm in an apartment complex, so, you know, I can't.
Trying to save all of our ears in these headphones right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, sweet. So, yeah, I won't get off. I mean, I'll slow down, but once I hear the whistle, I won't actually get off.
So I'm just going to dump the longsword and the goblin corpse and get on the other thing and say, well, I didn't find breakfast, but I killed whatever the fuck was following us.
Yeah, Fancy, and you see like a super dad with the arrow still sticking out of the back of his skull at the moment. And kind of the arrow kind of poking out of one of his eyes. A goblin.
All right. I'll lean in to Lander and just say, have you ever tasted goblin before?
I make it a point not to eat humanoids.
However, Lander, this idea isn't too forward. Like, I think you still wouldn't have an appetite for it, but you know, if you had to, if you were dared to, you probably would. That's how hungry you are.
I think Fancy kind
Lander's going to like rub his fucking bite mark.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably hint towards the fact that like I was a butcher. That doesn't necessarily mean that I was the most true good lawful good alignment on that. I mean, meat is meat.
I want to know more about this. Right there.
Lander's going to make a mental note not to fall asleep around you too often, and I'm going to eat the last of my rations.
I haven't eaten you yet, and obviously I'm not going to eat Dutch.
Well, Dutch is spoiled by now.
Dutch is definitely disgusting at this point. I don't think.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at him right now if I were you. It's putrid.
I'm not necessarily going to walk around the city telling everyone that I specifically am a cannibalistic butcher, but when someone brings me meat that I don't normally work with and can't identify and slips me a couple extra gold to not look into it, I don't look into it.
Lander just looks at Fancy and is like, I've met lizard folk, and I think you guys would get along.
And at that, Drag comes and lands on Fancy's shoulder. And whoever is kind of steering y'all, go ahead and roll a perception check, please.
Well,
Well, I get advantage on those.
that's true. You could do it.
So 14 plus 5 is 19 last I checked. I don't know. I went to art school. I don't do math.
Well, yeah, you do notice it's starting to get a little bit tense in this area. It's still cool since it's so early in the morning. So a lot of things are out hunting right now. You do notice that a lot of the smaller wildlife that were kind of shuffling to scavenge even earlier in the morning before light out are gone. And you do notice, as a ranger, that the bigger predators are going to start coming up soon.
All right.
You
It's
guys are
time.
just on the cart, moving, and the horse is pooped. The horse is slowing you guys down a lot. It does stop in its tracks to catch its breath.
I really think we need to give them a minute.
All right, we'll take a short rest.
Okay.
Okay, we'll give the horses a short rest.
All right. As you loosen them up, they are both gonna kind of walk together towards what looks like three pretty substantial, like old trees, and it looks like a dry patch in the center, and it's protected by a giant canopy. One of the tired one, the bigger horse, Bud, he's gonna lay down and kind of make a little spot, whereas Nat is gonna stand over him and start feeding off of the moss that's on these trees.
Ooh. Can I check that moss first?
Yeah, you can roll nature check. No, Beerus, can we not?
I'm not good at nature. Okay.
Wait, your Beerus has fur?
Yeah, his fur.
Okay. I know
Everywhere.
several other Beeruses who are also cats, and they all are hairless
sphinx.
like the god. Yeah.
He's gray and purple. He has purple toes. That'd be me.
You should save him. See if he's purple underneath.
He's gray. Like the inside of his mouth is gray.
Mhm.
His butthole's purple. His toe beans are purple and black and gray. It's very gray.
I mean, your camera's black and white, so, you know, I don't... It all looks the same to me.
11.
Yeah, looks like normal moss to you. Very fresh, freshly grown, covered in dew from the morning. There's a couple of like little creepy crawlers in there, but Nat doesn't seem to mind. Just eats them.
All right.
What are y'all doing while you're chilling?
I'm just gonna drink from my water skin and hand it over to Fancy.
Do you accept thy water skin?
Of course. Do.
Oh, actually, I forgot to mention this. While I was shirtless, you would have actually noticed that I do have a necklace that bears a skull wreathed in flame.
Okay. Write that down. Write that down.
Like a medallion. Yeah.
Drac takes it, flies off. I'm just kidding.
I was just reading through my other possessions, actually.
And you notice Drac is relaxing, sitting on the cart where Dutch's body is.
Is your shirt still off?
No, I put it on when I went to go hunt, like, because I got my armor back.
All right.
You do have hallucinogenic mushrooms, just saying.
Ooh.
I don't think this is a good time to trip.
I think that I might disagree. No, I don't.
Please don't turn this into my other partner character. That's like 90% of what my other character has to deal with.
I think what I'm gonna do, I'll make us a little snack, not out of the hallucinogenic ones, I guess.
I'm gonna search the goblin for anything else. Like, what is he wearing? What can I figure out about this faction iconography?
Well, do a history check for that mosaic armor he's wearing.
18.
And are you making a fire for your snack cooking?
No, I'm just making us a little, like, maybe a salad, but everything's pretty raw. I don't think I'm going to throw any meats or anything in there. I think it's going to be just like
fresh greens,
Greens and
mushrooms.
mushies and
You got a
yeah.
bunch of herbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Fancy, you're cooking that up, kind of cutting things up on a stump that's nearby. Lander, that was a pretty high roll. You do know, if you remember a map, I don't think anyone has a map on them.
Doesn't Fancy have one?
Do you have a map, Fancy?
Let me check really quick.
I thought we
Inventory.
just got one recently. What the fuck is up?
You got a
I
map
don't-
of the town.
And a map of the town. I don't think we have one, and if we did, Fancy would not have been the one interested in moving onto it.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Don't tell me that. What was Mackenzie's character's name?
Toddle.
Oh,
Don't tell me. Did Toddle have one?
he probably
He was-
probably did.
He was making one, but
Oh.
they didn't have one. So no.
We
regional
both
map.
turned towards Dutch's body, rotting in the back. Like, oh god, it's probably
We
in
are
there
hard as shit.
somewhere.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he didn't have one either.
Okay.
But if you
So-
remember, looking at a map, long before you even entered the dark forest, there is an ocean. The closest one, you assume is where he got it from, because the other ocean is like hella far. But if you pass the city, there is a mountain range. You recall that. You don't recall what comes before the mountain range or after, but further past the mountain range is an ocean, and then a bunch of islands, a chain of islands, and a bunch of volcanoes as well. And you imagine it's probably from there. You haven't seen coral in a really long time. Like the colors of whites and blues, not too common in this area anymore. And it was in pretty good condition.
What kind of armor is it?
It's a chest plate. So it adds
Well, yeah, but what?
oh, it adds resistance to fuck, I forgot. I wrote it down. Hang on. Let me pull up the goblin character sheet. Oh, resistance to necrotic and fire damage.
Okay, so it's a breastplate.
It looks like it was part of a full suit of armor. The rest he has on are just kind of leather armor, kind of your standard leather armor. Basic short sword. Otherwise, that's the only kind of unique thing on him.
So,
Silver jewelry. He has all of his ears pierced. His two. His ears have piercings lining almost the entire ear with studs and all kinds of stuff. Looks like he does have a couple of, like, what do you call it, dermal piercings. There's 4 along his eyebrow, and there's like 6 down his cheekbones. And they're just kind of flat, almost hammered in silver pieces.
all right, I'll take the breastplate and I'll wear it.
Okay. Cool.
And then I'll take all his piercings out.
Okay.
And I'll just pocket those.
Ugh.
I'll toss his sword in my bag. And you said he had a crossbow?
He had a crossbow. No
I'm
bolts
going to
left.
check it out.
It looks like it's solid black. It's like a really pretty wood, but a black wood. It looks like it's not dyed either. It's from something sinister. But without any bolts, and it looks like whatever ignites any magic that this bow comes from, it's without it. So it's just a regular crossbow. But it's enchanted.
Wait,
Cool.
can we tell it?
I will.
Can we tell it all? Like, sorry, I might have missed this. I was writing something, but we don't know like clan or god.
No. Looks like he has no alignment to him.
Hmm.
Looks like he was just like one of y'all.
Okay.
Just a scavenger trying to make it out here.
Well, now that I took everything useful, I'm just going to roll his corpse off the cart
Okay. It
and just leave it be.
lands in kind of a pile of moss.
I guess you weren't so interested.
Interested in.
Seeing how it tasted.
You hear a little
You're,
like coo from Drac as you say that.
I turn to Drac and I go, "You eat dead shit all the time, so feel free."
He takes that as an invitation. He flies over and lands like on the face of this goblin and starts eating his eyeballs.
Mm.
Well, his eyeball. I'm assuming the other one would have like fallen out by now, considering
That's true.
like the arrow had run through it. And then I look over at Fancy, and then I point, and I'm like, at this point, that goblin is just waste.
She shrugs.
And Drac moves on, starts opening up his cheeks. It's just starting to get pretty gross now. as he
I'm
starts-
Yeah.
gonna just take the head, put it back on the cart for Drac. Yeah, 'cause
Sounds good. By then, Nat has finished eating some moss off the trees, cleared off a good portion of it. He was hungry. And he lays down next to you guys.
right.
And let me roll
You're
the die. What were you gonna say?
oh, I was gonna talk to Lander a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You do you come from a clan or anything? Is that what the necklace is for, or just
Lander will
decor?
kind of touch it, and then he can say, "You can call it a clan of sorts. They're just the ones who showed me how to be the best version of myself."
Is this the best version of yourself?
Better than what I was before I was found.
So they found you, you didn't find them?
No, they did find me. Yes.
Interesting. Feels good to be found.
Lander shrugs.
We'll shrug back. So take
All
out
right.
her own. I'm gonna take out her own necklace, and it's just a golden ring on the chain, and it has like 2 words on the bottom of it. Hold on, I'll pull it up. Do you speak Dwarven?
Do I speak Dwarven? I speak Abyssal, Common, Deep Speech, Gnomish, Infernal, and Sylvan.
Well, this is Dwarven,
Okay.
and it says Motbloth, which she'll tell you means my blood. She'll say it feels good to be found. It looks like a classic gold wedding band.
Yeah. Totally. Lander kind of cocks his head and says, "Did you want to eat him too?"
I didn't eat her in that sense.
Lander nods
Hey.
and kind of chuckles. With that, he kind of awkwardly shuffles off and goes to find food.
Okay.
Are you gonna hunt again?
Yeah.
All right. As you, oh shit, we just got raided. Ooh,
19.
ooh, ooh.
Oh,
We were just talking about eating out, and welcome.
Oh yeah, you just missed
Oh, glitch. Oh shit, hey
you
man.
just,
the.
you're good. You're back.
You're back. Hello, welcome, Misty Mountain Streaming. Love you so much. Enter a giveaway. Giveaway.
Oh,
Exclamation
Oh
critical.
yeah, hashtag pickle guys.
Exclamation critical to win the giveaway. Oh my God.
yo.
Anyway. Yeah, so you're getting ready to go hunting. Fancy, you'll kind of sit back and enjoy the snackage that you've made. And the horse Nat kind of cuddles up to you. He's very full of personality. He kind of nudges your face with his nose, kind of gets into your salad, is very curious about it, even though he just ate like his weight.
I'll
in
share.
moss.
I'm a good sharer.
All right, so give him some pieces. He kind of scoots a little bit closer, gets very comfortable. The other horse is out cold. He is sleeping. And at this point, he would be fully healed. Or fully energized, I would say. Lander, go ahead and roll.
On my initial roll before the raid, I scored a high 19 and a low 4, so you know, advantage. So do I find any tracks or anything?
You do. You find a bunch. It looks like a ton of predators have come out. You see, it looks like the tracks of a badger. In this world, like badgers, skunks, that kind of thing, are a lot larger. Maybe 3 times larger.
Fun.
We see a couple of those. You also see some boar. Looks like a group of boar passed through here not even an hour ago.
I am going to follow the boar tracks. Lander feels like eating bacon tonight.
Yeah. Do the thing.
So I got
thank you for
a
entering. Woo.
11 on my stealth check.
Okay. You do stumble across. Oh, let's see what you stumble across. It's so bright. I mean, you stumble upon a fox den. It does notice you're there. It tries to defend its territory. It's gonna go to bite you. And it misses because it got a 2. So.
No, nice. I was about to be like, am I happy that I put on medium armor? You know?
Yeah. So it misses, and he just kind of retreats to his den. But he doesn't make much sound. So you continue on the path towards the boar. And you can roll again. It looks like you are gaining on it.
What did you want me to roll?
Roll a stealth.
Well, nat
and-
1.
Oh.
If it was survival, I would have had advantage.
And then roll a survival as well.
12 plus 2. 14.
14. Solid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, very loud. But you do notice you seem to catch, it looks like the hindquarters of whatever boar is kind of like flanking its squadron. And it does notice you're there, and it kind of hurries up, and then this group of boars start to speed up ahead of you. So you have 2 options. You can either continue to stealth and approach from a different angle, or you can run after it.
I'm going to try and like jump into the trees and like kind of have it think that it lost me.
Okay. Roll acrobatics to climb the tree.
16 plus 17.
Yeah, alright, you get up there. You're up on the canopy. And roll again if you want to climb a little bit higher. Get a better view. Because right now you can't see anything.
16.
Alright, you climb up a little bit higher. I would say you're 60 feet up now. And yeah, you see a lot of stuff. You see about 180 feet out is the group of boar. It looks like they've run and sort of started to slow down near this kind of rocky area that's away from any kind of damp swampiness of the swamp area. It looks like they do kind of wait there. They look behind. It's a couple of them that track the area around to see if you're still following them. And you notice a couple of things. Roll investigation. Meh. That's about it. A couple of big things. You do see bigger game. It's a little farther away, about 200 feet. And they are running away from you, but you do see a group of deer as well. Kind of deer.
How far am I away from the cart?
The cart, I would say you've gone a good 400 feet away from them. You can't see them because they're right under a canopy of trees.
Okay.
But you know where they are. You know which canopy.
I am going to attempt to stealth up to the boar.
Okay. Roll. Are you going to go through the canopy of trees? You going to swing through the trees? Awesome. Acrobatics and stealth, please. Go. Meanwhile...
Well, the acrobatics was a nat 1.
Oh my god, okay. What was your stealth?
The dice give us and the dice take it away. My stealth would be 6.
Oh! Okay. You get up pretty close, and you seem like you've gained on them.
I fucking knew this was coming. I told you guys.
You rolled all your 20s already. So right as you're above these boar...
Yeah, I was like, I've rolled way too good.
You kind of put a lot of your weight on one of these branches. You get really anxious. The hunger starts to take you to the point where your stomach seems to be like it's turning inside out. The hunger's a little bit all-encompassing. And for a minute, you have kind of like... You've zoned in on just these creatures that you're about to hunt and kill, and nothing else around you you tend to notice. So you do misstep and you fall out of the tree. You land right where the boar are, and they kind of, at first are in shock that you're right there, but you fall on the ground. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And they see you, and they're about to scatter in all directions. Blackwater D&D? What up?
Yo, yo.
Love it. Welcome.
You guys want to see a ranger fail at hunting?
Lander was trying to hunt, but rolled a 1 and a 6. So, it's going well. Get wrecked. Okay, and the boar have scattered. They're gone. Different directions.
I guess I'm just gonna head back to Fancy empty-handed.
Okay.
Do any of the boar run in the direction
Man, I must
of
have
us?
seemed so capable up to this point.
You were dope, but you got too hungry, and you couldn't focus. Speaking of werewolf, by the way, Blackwater D&D. We might we might have one right there.
I may or may not have been bitten. We'll see if I can get that fixed.
So it'll take Lander about like 20 minutes to get to you, Fancy, but what is he gonna walk into? What are you up to?
I think I'm not very chatty, but
You're both the strong silent type, which is hilarious.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so
You-
funny.
It makes for great conversation.
You communicate with your eyes.
We're both like shrugging at each other in response to whatever. Our whole conversation is just a couple shrugs and eyebrow like movement.
Was part of a magic clan that turned me to a better person. Shrug. Oh, I have a wife. Shrug. Goes back to eating. Lander leaves to go for a hunt. That's the summary of what just happened.
Yeah, it was like, oh, you're about to dump a bunch of like deep character building backstory. Awesome. That sounds kind of awkward. I'm gonna walk away now.
This is when I go.
I think I realized that the horse was eating part of my salad and made an even bigger salad, and all three of us are eating out of the salad. The one bowl. I have one giant salad bowl.
Okay. Yeah, Lander, you're gonna walk into all three of these homies. Literally, well, you're sitting like crisscross, and these two horses are laying, but they're all just kind of like taking little bits, like eating some of the mushrooms and stuff out of
Did
the
you
salad
just
bowl.
call me Leary?
Did I?
Yeah. That's
My
okay.
bad.
It's so funny.
Rip.
Those were from the
um,
other game that Anne and I were in. Was
My
my
bad.
character.
My bad.
It's okay.
And Drac is gonna be sitting right on your head, and just kind of watching you guys eat. He's full. The goblin's face is gone.
Yeah, I'll kick that right off the back when he finishes pecking through the goblin's face, and then I'll just eat my large salad with my two horses, Nat and Bud. And yeah.
Lander's gonna observe what's going on. Take
I
a
am
deep
eating
breath.
with a fork, for the record. I'm not putting my face in the bowl with the horses.
He's goes in the back of his pouch and pull out a black pair of chopsticks, sit down, and start eating the salad.
Amazing.
So the four of you are surrounded this one bowl of salad. Did you put any hallucinogenic mushrooms in the salad?
No, I didn't,
Okay.
but I really wanted to. I didn't think he was going to join us.
But everyone gets a little bit of a boost of energy. If you lost any hit points, it does restore your hit points by 5. Because I think, just there's a bunch of mushrooms you picked. A couple of
Yeah, I
them
have like healing ones.
Yeah, components in there. So 5 points of healing if you need it. Otherwise, y'all are chilling. And things are starting to warm up in this area. So it's going to get a little bit more humid. And you will notice it if your body runs hot. You're going to start getting beads of sweat kind of in your chest, neck, your back as well.
And my body always runs hot.
Ooh.
That's true. It's that.
Where's our fans? We need fans. Can we get Fabled 42 fans?
It's an idea. As long as my fan has like that crow on it with its knife in its
With a little knife.
With the little baby
butter knife.
butter knife.
G-Dub said, yeah.
Yes, let's make it. Oh my god. And we can have the dramatic, like, the drama
Yep.
fan.
Mm.
But yeah, it's getting hot. Both horses start to stand up. It looks like they are re-energized. Drac kind of takes off for a minute. You're not sure where he goes, but usually he does that periodically and he ends up returning. Yeah.
Drac is kind of sussing me today. I'm a little sussed.
Fair.
Take note of that. That's all I will say about that.
I'm going to attach both horses back to the wagon,
Okay.
jump on top of Nat,
Okay.
and let's go! Full speed.
Yeah. And you're heading forward. You do still have advantage on this terrain, so it's regular movement. And you cruise through, trying to escape the heat. You guys are all rebooted.
Hey,
at this
hint
point.
to like all the viewers, when you're building a ranger, ask your DM for the next 2 terrains.
That's true.
Well, this is just the beginning of the campaign.
Oh yeah, you're gonna
So
put
I'd
me in a
give it to
desert, and I'm gonna be like, all right, cool, GG.
Some
I'm
montañas.
fucked.
But yeah, you guys are going. You're going pretty quickly. Go ahead and roll perception check, both of you. There's a couple of other like little caimans some snakes kind of moving out of your way as you barrel through this area. Looks like the swamp is still ahead of you for a few miles. Looks like you have
21.
about 21? Okay. And you've got about 15 miles ahead of you before you anticipate you're going to run into this town.
What are we adding to this?
Perception. So
Booty.
You can have one more mango bit.
That's a 15. Oh, that's not so bad. I just have booty plus.
That works.
it's okay. I have a +5. Like I can see for all of us. I can see for the fucking crow.
For all of us.
Let Ranger be Ranger. Yeah, I mean, you don't notice anything that crazy. You do see, I think Lander, you would notice this with the over 20. You do see tracks start to kind of converge in this area, as if it's kind of a common route that people take towards this town. So you see other wagons have passed through here. You start to see a lot of horse prints, even various oxen, as well as footprints too. It just looks like this forest starts to clear into a trail, and then looks a little bit more familiar as you start to clear the swamp area.
All right.
Shrug.
Shrug. We shrug at each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty quiet.
Just doing everything I can not to talk. Yep. You guys want character backstory? Not here with the strong and silent type crew.
You're gonna
You got two edgelord.
Get on your knees and beg for it.
You got a couple edgelords here, edgelorded together. Y'all shared a salad. That was cute.
We shared a salad,
Yeah.
and you
for the record,
bandaged him up.
Yeah, for the record, we are not communicating with our words. We're communicating nicely with our bodies. I helped bandage him. We shrugged at each other's past backstories. We kind of just assumed that they were miserable.
You looked on adoringly as Drac ate the face of a freshly killed goblin. It was a day. It was a day.
And for the record, we were not buddies before this.
Oh, dude, I don't know this person.
Yeah.
There
were also two other characters to buffer our not being friends from the get. We were money hungry, did not like each other. So now we're just stuck together for what reason? Because we don't want to die alone, I guess.
Pretty much.
We're working on it, I think.
Like, I actively think, and I don't know how you're going to manage figuring out why me and Fancy decide to still hang out once we get to the city.
We'll be like, well, nice knowing you.
Okay.
Oh, there will be
We
reasons.
did our job. Here's your money. Bye forever. Never need to talk to this person.
Okay, bye.
Maybe we'll figure it out. We have 100
I have an odd
miles.
feeling. My
Don't
computer
worry.
just pooped because
got
everything's
plans.
happening in slow motion again.
I can see your smiling face and hear you, but all I see is a smiling face.
I can hear you.
Not mad about. GW's just clipping everything.
Which is good. But
yeah, so you guys are silently sharing each other's space and time. And eventually you do clear the trees. And we have lost one, but it's fine. They will be back. But yeah, you guys do clear the trees. It looks like you're heading towards something. Not sure. It's hard to make out right now just because it looks to be like you have to go through a corridor of trees. It looks like these trees kind of peer inward together, and literally a corridor of trees. And you do notice that these trees are the start of an orchard. So you're about to go into what looks to be an apple orchard.
Oh.
However, if you take a closer look at these apples, it looks like they all look rotten, but they're growing rotten. You know what I mean? They're not falling off the tree. There is even some that are small, like they still have room to grow, but they're still kind of wet looking, lumpy, kind of squishy. It looks like if you left your apple out for far too long. It seems to be a lot of bugs in this area,
Mm.
but it's really rich and full of these fruits. They're just all dead.
I squish one in my hand.
And it squishes. It's nasty. But it smells fresh, though. It's weird. It looks rotten, but it smells really good. This whole area doesn't smell bad. It just looks, it's hard to tell if it's an illusion or not. It doesn't seem to be. Do you want to try to taste it?
I don't want to stop, but as we kind of walk by a couple longer branches, I will grab a couple.
Okay.
And I do want to eat one. Yeah.
Okay, and you do eat one, and it tastes delicious. It fills you up. It's refreshing. It's interesting because when you bite into it, the texture is not great. It's mushy, it's nasty, but it tastes delicious. It tastes sweet, like a Granny Smith apple.
I'm vibing with these apples right now.
Oh, is my chill vibes playing right now?
Yeah.
You eat this apple and the vibes become immaculate.
Yes, this is how you feel when you eat this apple. Okay, fucking jamming. Anyway,
Lander's gonna try one too.
Yeah, same thing. Amazing, very very sweet. And you are very hungry, and so you devour the entire thing pretty quickly. Fills you up.
Oh God.
And as you go,
I eat the core, by the way, like I do all apples in real life. I eat the core and everything minus the stem.
solid.
You wouldn't eat another humanoid, but you eat the core of an apple.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm not
Which
gonna be a
one's
fucking
weirder?
cannibal, but I'll eat the core of an apple.
Chat, get out here. Which one's weirder?
Fun
I
fact.
think.
Fun fact. The meat that tastes the closest to human flesh is pork.
Pig.
Amazing.
Let that sink in. Anyway.
We love it.
Yeah, so you guys make it this corridor. It's actually a pretty view, and you do start to hear voices, chattering. It's a pretty sizable town. As you enter, it looks like not a lot of people. So it looks like just people who are occupying these small businesses here. Looks like there is also another stable, but it's full of oxen. Looks like that's their main trade in this town, or maybe these apples, who knows. Looks like there's also a bunch of taverns. This looks to be like a pit stop area for folks who are transporting goods. So you see a lot of carts parked in all kinds of places, a lot of restaurants. Not a lot of like armories or anything like that. It's mostly like food and shelter. So a lot of inns, a lot of food, and the trading and selling of goods.
Dope.
You have anything you'd like to trade?
Well, the goblin had a short sword with the magical crystal in it, right?
Yes, the ruby.
Okay. So I am going to sell my 2 normal mundane silvered short swords.
Okay.
Right.
You get I would say 150 pieces each. Gold pieces.
I'm going to ask that if they would also silver the goblin sword.
They can't. They don't have enough silver to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, would I be able to, is there anyone who can identify?
If you ask the shopkeep, yeah, they'll point outside of their shop. Well, they'll reach out. Well, if you go over there, you take a left. There's like a little house. There's no signage or anything, but it's a witch that lives there. Probably ask her.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to the witch's place and knock on her door.
Fancy, are you going with?
Yeah.
Okay. So you both walk towards, thank you, Faulty. Y'all walk towards this hut, and it is like, it is a hut. It looks like shit. It looks like an outhouse, basically, but like larger. It's also elevated, like there's just randomly, it's on stilts for some reason. There's a lot of adornments on the outside, like little wind chimes and creepy dolls and just weird shit, like the most typical like neurotic witch house that that you've ever seen. But you knock on her door or his door, and nobody answers.
I knock again, this time a little bit more aggressively.
Is there a front window we can peek in?
There is. It's in the shape of a shamrock.
Cute. Shamrock window.
Roll investigation.
Uh, 13.
Yeah, I mean, you see, like, it seems empty. The lights are off, or all the candles are not lit. You do see a pair of cat eyes that peer at you through the darkness. And as you guys are peering in, a little boy is going to come up and he's a little disheveled. It looks like he's traveled a long way. Definitely not from here. And he takes off his hat and asks for change.
I'll give him.
I'm gonna drop 1 platinum in this boy's hat.
Are you?
Because, yeah, let's go fuck up the economy. That's what adventurers do, right?
Well, after this boy shits his pants, he's gonna put his hat on with the coin in it, and he's gonna almost cry. And he's gonna jump up and down, and he's gonna run towards his father and say, "Father, the demon gave me a platinum coin." And as he says demon, he is going to whip out a crossbow and just point it in your direction. But as he sees you and realizes you're a tiefling, he lowers his crossbow.
I'm gonna just yell out to him, "Yeah, that's right, I own you now, bitch!"
He's gonna turn around and walk over towards you. And this man, it's a human man, as far as you know. He has a big old beard, like, imagine almost as long as Eric's beard. Pretty long, not really maintained at all, long mustache as well. He has long hair that seems to be braided into like one thick braid down his head, like a mohawk. What'd you say?
I said I own you.
And he's gonna aim his crossbow at you, and he's gonna fire. And we're actually going to, hold on, let's see if he hits first. Yeah, it's just gonna be him. And does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
It does? Okay. It's just a regular bolt. Ooh. Not great. 4 points of piercing damage. But
okay.
As this happens, the door of the witch's hut is going to kind of swing open, almost hitting you, Fancy, on the way out. And this cat is going to jump on there's like a rail that kind of is in front of this door and next to you as you get hit by this bolt. And it's a really pretty black cat. Sleek fur. I don't know if anyone's heard of an Abyssinian before, but it's a desert-looking, athletic-looking cat. Velvety fur, solid black, with beautiful, piercing yellow eyes. It's going to jump onto this handrail, look at that man, and that man is just going to suddenly burst into flames.
Jesus Christ, in front of his child?
In front of his child! And that's where we're going to end tonight's show. Boo for now. We will pick up where we left off. Cat just set man on fire. There is an explanation for this. We'll get there.
I assume there is. What's happening?
This is how things are. mean, people don't give a fuck around here.
It just be how good
Like,
things be.
literally, everyone around just is watching this guy burst into flames and don't care. Even his son is just
This
like...
kid just had the best 10 seconds of his life, and it's now gonna end with the worst day of his life.
Well, spoiler alert, he's already looking for a new guardian. It looks like he's kind of run away from the area, and he's gravitating towards another man that was with his party.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
so that wasn't his actual father?
Maybe. Anyway,
This place is messed up, man. What the heck?
this place is fucked, I'm telling you. Like, wait till you get into these cities, man. But thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna announce a giveaway winner pretty soon, so this is your last chance. S'mores, anyone?
All right.
Last chance
You
to
guys
enter the
got
giveaway.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Combust! Who won? Not 49ers Steve Young has won the giveaway.
Yeah.
Not
GG.
49ers Steve Young.
Congrats.
Congratulations. I hope you're still here. I hope you hear this message, because my ass ain't gonna message you. Do message me, though, or join our Discord if you want. Someone wants to put the Discord thing.
Oh, link's already in there, guys.
Oh, yeah, link below. To join the Discord if you want.
Join our Discord and
chill.
the Lore Master.
We talk a lot of shit on there. A lot of memes are shared. But yeah, if you want your giveaway prize, do message either me, Fable42.
Woo!
Anyway, message me on here or Discord, and we will find an address to send you your winnings. Good shit, good shit. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining. We're gonna go ahead and raid Total Party Chill.
Ooh.
Freaking homies of ours.
Raid.
We are gonna raid the shit out of them. Thank you so much for joining our strong and silent type Netflix and chill.
Whoa! I'm married. Hold on.
That's true. Let's find...
Maybe.
I mean, Lander just assumed she was dead, so you know.
Well, the ring is on a necklace and not on my hand, so.
Exactly.
She dead. My guess is she dead.
Or you're divorced. Which, you know,
Or I'm divorced and
divorced.
still deathly in love with my ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's hot. That's hotter. I think I'm switching into that.
And you heard it here, guys. You just altered multiple months of work.
Stay tuned for the tea that is to be spilled in our next game. We also are welcoming our newest player, Omar, for his character. He's going to join us next week.
Yeah, I can't wait for him
But
to die
how?
too. It's going to be great.
The Rat Dad is coming to do daddy things. And we're going to raid Total Party Chill. And start raid. Yeah, come hang with us on Discord, please. It's going to be a lot of fun and stuff.
Go.
3, 2, 1, peace.